Welcome to Pro Kitchen University, an online video tutorial series version 11. This video is part of the Mac Native Interface series for Mac users only. In this video, we are going to explore countertops. We will locate and adjust countertop texture in default and design settings, locate and utilize the Add All CTOP tool, access and utilize right-click Toolbox tools, understand the countertop edit tools, and utilize countertop attributes to create a multi-textural design. Countertops are a major component in your designs. Pro Kitchen offers you the ability to add and edit countertops to enhance your designs and provide accurate representations of the final products to your customers. In this video, we will cover the basic tools to add, edit, and modify the countertops in the design space within Pro Kitchen software. The countertop texture is set in one of two locations, either in the default settings, which will affect all the designs moving forward unless overridden in the design settings, or in the design settings, which will only apply to that singular design and will override the texture set in the default settings. Default settings can be found in the Settings tab at the top of the Pro Kitchen window. Once selected, it will be the second item in the drop-down menu. Left-click on Default Settings to launch the dialog box, and once the dialog box is opened, left-click on the Textures tab on the left side of the window. Countertop texture is the first texture you will see listed. Then left-click the Select button to the right of the texture field. This will launch the Textures Catalog dialog box. At the top left is the search bar in which you can search for a sample by number, keyword, or sample name. Type in the desired texture and left-click Search. All the samples that match will appear in the panel at the bottom left corner of the dialog box. Or you may follow the catalog tree in the center panel on the left by left-clicking the arrow sign to the left of each folder and subfolder until the contents appear below. Left-click a sample to generate a preview in the panel to the right. Once you have found the desired texture, left-click to highlight it in blue, then left-click OK at the bottom right corner of the dialog box to select. Continue to make any additional changes within the default settings, then left-click OK at the bottom right corner of the dialog box to apply all. When you need to select a countertop texture that differs from the default settings texture for a single design alone, you will need to do so in the design settings. Design settings are generally one of the first things you will do upon creating a new design, as this is where you will name the design, provide the customer's information, set design-specific construction and texture parameters, and enable your one-click add-all molding and molding lighting. You may access design settings on the left side of the top toolbar. The design settings icon appears as a blue circle with a gear in the center. Simply left-click the icon to launch the dialog box. After entering all the required information about the design, setting the textures for the room is the last item that will be completed in the Design Settings dialog box. Left-click the Textures tab, then select the necessary textures as demonstrated in the default settings. Once all design information and parameters have been created, left-click OK in the bottom right-hand corner to apply all and begin designing. Once your design has been drafted, the next step is to add the countertops. We will do this with the Add All Countertops tool. The icon looks like a horizontal rectangle and is located on the left-hand toolbar towards the middle. Hover the mouse over the Add All Countertops icon and left-click to apply countertops to all base cabinetry within the design. Once applied, you will see a black outline just beyond the cabinets that depicts the overhang of the countertop. To remove a countertop from the design, right-click on the countertop you wish to remove. Navigate to Countertop and select Delete from the right-click toolbox. This will remove the countertop from the design. To add it back to the design, select the Add All Countertops tool again on the left toolbar. Now, let's take a look at the right-click toolbox. When you hover over and right-click on a countertop, you will open the menu that lists all the items in the area in which the mouse is sitting. Hover down to Countertop to open its toolbox. Then slide the mouse into the toolbox and left-click to make a selection. The first option in the toolbox is Drag. This tool may be used in either the plan or the elevation view. When selected with a left click, drag will allow you to drag the countertop left or right in relation to the wall zone in which it is placed. You may move it manually with the mouse and left click to secure. Or in the plan view, if the countertop does not sit laying across a wall or construction line into both the inside and outside wall zone, you may highlight the left, right, or center field at the bottom of the screen. Type in the required value and tap Enter on the keyboard. The next option in the right-click toolbox is Move. This tool may also be used in either the plan or elevation view. When this is selected in the plan view, you will be able to move the countertop freely about the design. Once selected, the mouse will turn into a crosshair denoting the place and edit mode. Left-click in the plan view anywhere and move your mouse about the design space, then left-click again to secure the countertop into place. If your zone and snap features are turned on, you may experience some limitation in movement, as the zone feature will snap the item to the face of the wall if you move any portion of the countertop into a wall zone, and the snap tool will snap the countertop to specific points along additional items previously placed in the design. If you need more control over the movement of the countertop, navigate to the bottom right corner of the Pro Kitchen window and left-click both the Zone and Snap tab, turning them gray, which will temporarily turn these functions off. When using the Move tool in the elevation view, you will only be able to move the countertop freely left, right, and up or down along the wall. The Move tool will otherwise function in the same manner as within the plan view. Additionally, in either the plan or elevation view, to move the countertop freely without activating the right-click toolbox, left-click and hold, then drag the mouse into the desired location and release the left-click to secure. The third option in the right-click toolbox is Rotate. This option is only available to select and utilize within the plan view. Once selected, you may either move the mouse to rotate the countertop manually, or you may also type in the required rotation value in the angle field at the bottom of the screen and tap Enter on the keyboard. Note, if there are any obstructions for a rotational value, the countertop will not rotate beyond the obstruction and must first be moved to allow for the rotation. The In-Out tool is also only available to select within the plan view. This tool will allow you to move the countertop either forward or backward in relation to the wall zone in which it is placed. You may manually move the countertop in or out with the mouse and left-click to place. Or you may take your hand off the mouse and utilize the Out or Back fields at the bottom of the screen. Out refers to the distance of the front of the object into the room. Back refers to the distance of the back of the object in relation to the wall zone it is attached to. Type in the required value for one or the other of those fields. Then tap Enter on the keyboard. The object will move and become secure at the designated distance. Next is the Up-Down tool. This tool may be utilized in either the plan or elevation view. This tool will adjust the height at which the countertop will sit in the design. When utilizing the Up-Down tool in the plan view, left-click to select, then you may adjust either the top or bottom field located at the bottom of the screen. Then tap Enter on the keyboard. Top will move the countertop upper surface in relation to the top of the wall. Bottom will move the underside of the countertop in relation to the bottom of the wall. When selecting the up-down tool in the elevation view, you may either move the countertop up or down along the wall manually with the mouse and left-click to secure, or utilize the top or bottom fields at the bottom of the screen. Additionally, in the elevation view, you may move the countertop up or down without activating the right-click toolbox. To do this, left-click to select the countertop, then either left-click the up and down handle and move the countertop manually with the mouse and left-click to secure. Or you can utilize the top and bottom fields at the bottom of your screen. Back in the right-click toolbox is the Copy tool. This tool may be used in both the elevation and plan views. Left-click to select, which will copy the countertop with all the dimensions, attributes, and up-down placement intact. The mouse will turn into a crosshair with the copied countertop attached. Left-click in either view, then move the mouse to the desired location and left-click to secure. You may also copy and paste the desired countertop without activating the right-click toolbox. To do so, select the countertop you intend to copy with a left click, either in the plan or elevation view. Navigate to the top of the Pro Kitchen window and select the Edit tab. In the menu drop-down, select Copy, then select the Edit tab again and select Paste. Now the mouse will be a crosshair and is ready for you to place the copied section of countertop in the desired location with a left click. Then left click once more to secure. The Delete tool in the right-click toolbox can be used in either the plan or the elevation view and will remove the selected portion of the countertop from your design. There are also two additional means in which you may delete a section of countertop. The first is to left-click the countertop, then navigate to the Edit tab and left-click Delete. The second is to left-click the countertop, then hold the Function key and tap the Delete key on your keyboard. The next right-click tool is the Edit tool and can only be accessed and used in the plan view. The Edit tool will assist you in making dimensional or shape changes to the selected countertop. Once selected, the mouse will become a crosshair again, denoting the Place Edit mode, and the countertop will be outlined in red and will now have red open circles or points at each corner of the countertop. To change the dimension of the countertop, left-click once on the red line of the side you wish to move. It will appear as if the countertop has disappeared momentarily until you move your mouse. The outline of the countertop will become black in color once again, and you will be able to move the selected line in or out of the existing shape. Once you have extended or recessed the countertop to the desired depth or width, left-click to secure. The mouse will remain a crosshair, so you may continue editing this portion of countertop. To change the shape of the countertop, left-click once on the desired point. Once again, the countertop will look as if it has disappeared temporarily until you move the mouse. When moving the mouse, the outline will appear black once again, and you may move the point in any direction to change the shape of the countertop. Left-click to secure the new shape and the mouse will again become a crosshair, and the countertop will be outlined in red. With the Edit tool, there are two additional right-click toolboxes, one for the lines and one for the points. Let's take a moment to look at each of these additional toolboxes and explore the functions of each tool contained within. We will begin with the additional toolbox for the lines of the countertop. To access this subset of tools, hover the mouse over the line you intend to modify and right-click. The subset of edit tools for the line will appear, and here you have four options: Extrude, Intersect, Add Point, and Radius End. Let's start with Extrude. Extrude is used to create an extrusion out or a recess into the selected countertop edge. When you left-click the Extrude option, a little point will follow the mouse along the line. This point will be the starting point of the extrusion. Move the mouse to the desired location on the line and left-click once. Then, move the mouse into or beyond the existing countertop, creating or reducing depth and over to the opposite end of the edge to control the width of the extrusion. The blue lines will denote where the extrusion will appear and give you a preview of what the new countertop shape will be. Once the extrusion is your preferred width and depth, left-click to secure. With this extrusion, you will now have additional lines and points that you may manipulate to further edit the countertop dimensions and shape. When we activate the additional subset of edit tools on the line with a right click, the next option found here is Intersect. This tool is used as a fix of sorts for a miscreated set of intersecting lines. To demonstrate this tool, I will first need to create the circumstance in which it is used. I will utilize the third tool in this toolbox, Add Point, to provide us the opportunity to use Intersect. Add Point will provide you an opportunity to add an additional point along the selected line, which will allow you to change the shape further. When you left-click to select this tool, another small point will follow your mouse along the line. Once you have moved the point to the desired location, left-click to secure and return to edit mode. Now, this newly added point may be selected to change the shape of the countertop. If when moving a point, you end up crossing one line with another, creating an unrealistic shape to the countertop, you may hover over either the two lines, right-click to open the subset of tools and select Intersect. Then double left-click and this will remove the intersection of the two lines at the cross point and provide you a new shape to diminish or expand. If you want to undo the unintentional shape altogether, or any other unintended action, there are two means in which to do so. The first is by left-clicking the undo icon found on the top toolbar. The second is to press and hold the Command key and tapping the letter Z on the keyboard. By completing either of these actions, the previous action taken in the design space will be undone. The last of the four additional edit tools found on the lines of the countertop is Radius End. This tool will add a curve to the selected line, creating a rounded edge to the countertop. Once this option has been selected with a left click, move the mouse and you will see a triangular outline either going inwards, creating a concave curve, or outward, which will create a convex curve to the countertop. Move the mouse in the direction you wish to create the rounded edge. The more elongated the triangle, the more circular the rounded edge will be. The shorter the triangle, the softer the rounded edge will be. Once you're satisfied with the depth of this rounded edge, left-click to secure. If you are not satisfied with the shape of the curve after securing it in place, left-click the point at the center of the curve to adjust the depth and shape of the rounded edge once more. Now, let's explore the additional subset of edit tools for countertop points. To activate, hover the mouse over the desired point and right-click. The subset of edit tools will appear. Points have 5 additional tools available. Notch, which will cut a square or rectangular notch at the corner of the countertop. Round, which will round the corner, removing any sharp edges. Bevel, which will cut the sharp corner off the countertop. Move, which will allow you to move where the corner of the countertop sits to the left or right along a wall zone. And Delete Point, which will delete a point and create a straight line between the remaining points. Let's start with Notch. Hover over the word Notch and left-click to select. When you move the mouse, you will discover that you may only create the notch toward the interior of the countertop. Blue lines will appear to denote the notch that will be created on the countertop corner. When the notch appears as you prefer, left-click to secure. A notch will be created and you will have 2 additional lines and a point in which you may now manipulate. The next option is Round. Once you left-click to select, you may once again only create the rounded corner to the interior. As you move the mouse, you will see a preview of the rounded corner. Drag the rounded corner into place and left-click to secure. Once created, you will now have 2 points on either side of the curve, that when selected will change the shape of the countertop, and a point that will allow you to adjust the curvature of the rounded corner. Back in the additional right-click toolbox for a point, you will find Bevel. Again, once selected, you may only make this edit toward the interior of the countertop. This time, an angled line will appear that will essentially cut the corner off and provide a smooth, straight edge in its place. Once the beveled edge is in the desired location, left-click to secure. There will then be an additional 2 points and a single line in which you may select and continue creating edits. The additional Move tool found in this toolbox will only allow you to move the point left or right along the wall zone in which the countertop sits. Once selected, you must left-click on the point to begin moving this corner. When the point has been moved to the desired location, left-click to secure. If you need more freedom to move this point, utilize the left-click to select option as demonstrated earlier in this video. The last option in this subset of edit tools is Delete Point. This tool will allow you to remove any accidentally created points or to smooth and straighten an edge of the previously created shape. When hovering over a point and activating the right-click subset of tools, then left-clicking the Delete Point option, the selected point will automatically be deleted, and you may continue making any additional edits to the countertop. After you have finished utilizing the Edit function, tap the Escape key on the keyboard to release the tool, or you may also navigate to the toolbar and left-click the Select icon to exit Edit mode and return to finishing your design. The last right-click toolbox tool we will explore in this video is Attributes. Right-click on the countertop, hover into its toolbox, and left-click Attributes to launch the Countertop Attributes dialog box. In this dialog box, there are only 2 tabs to navigate to manipulate the countertop. General will allow you to address the countertop overall dimensions, and Texture will allow you to change the texture for this countertop alone. In the General tab, either highlight the current dimensional value that you wish to alter and type in the new required value, or utilize the arrow buttons to the right. The inner arrows will adjust the value by 1-inch increments. The outer arrows will adjust the value by fractional increments. After making the necessary dimension changes, left-click the Texture tab. In the Texture tab, you have 2 options. Default, which will create this countertop with the texture chosen within the default or design settings. Special will allow you to choose a texture different from the designated countertop texture and will provide you the opportunity to create a multi-textural design. Left-click the radio button to the left of the word Special. Then navigate below the Preview panel and left-click Select. This will launch the Textures Catalog dialog box, where you may type the sample name, number, or keyword, or utilize the catalog tree to find your desired texture. As demonstrated earlier, once the desired sample is highlighted in blue, left-click the OK button at the bottom right corner of the dialog box. After the dimensions and texture have been modified to your specifications, left-click OK at the bottom of the Countertop Attributes dialog box to apply. If you've made dimension changes, you may need to adjust where the countertop sits in the design by utilizing any of the movement functions or tools demonstrated in this video. The last tool in the right-click toolbox for countertops is Designer, which will launch the Countertop Designer. This tool will be covered in depth in a separate video. With all these countertop tools found within ProKitchen software, the flexibility and control you have over adding, manipulating, and editing those countertops has never been so great. This, paired with your imagination and design skills, gives you the ability to create unique and stunning representations of the countertops in your customers' designs. Thank you for visiting ProKitchen University. Be sure to visit us at prokitchensoftware.com.